Hey guys, welcome back to the Financial Freedom Channel, where we make your money work hard for you. So I've been watching a lot of Gary Vaynerchuk recently, and he talks about content creation and how crazy of an opportunity, how crazy of a time it is right now for content creation. To leverage your brand on platforms like YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. And so I woke up this morning and I had this epiphany around content consumption versus content creation. And I got curious. I was really curious about, what is the ratio of people creating content on YouTube versus consuming content on YouTube. And so I looked up some stats. And what I found was there's 300 hours of video uploaded every minute on YouTube. 300 hours every minute. There's 3.25 billion hours of video watched on YouTube every month, right? So I did some math to get an apples to apples comparison. And how it works out, for every 250 hours of video consumed on YouTube, 1 hour is created. 250 times more content is consumed than is created on YouTube. So it really got me thinking, guys. I mean, Gary, he's always talking about how, I wish people watching my videos would go and create their own stuff. Like, I wish my subscriber count would go down over time. If my message was getting through to people would stop watching my videos and they would get out there and they would start creating their own content. Like, it is such a ripe time to be a creator on these platforms like YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. The amount of money that it costs to get in front of 1,000 people with your message, with your brand, with how you can help people. I mean, there's such an opportunity. It's so cheap right now. It's like Google AdWords back in 2004, 2005. That's where Gary was, with his wine library, just crushing it back when it was cheap. And we have that opportunity today on platforms like YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. So I thought it was pretty compelling. 250 hours consumed for every 1 hour created. Like, there's so many more consumers than there are creators. And, people might say, well, these people creating content, these people like Gary Vee, Tim Ferriss, Grant Cardone. These are people who are experts in their field. I'm not an expert. I can't be a content creator. Well, you look at a guy like Tim Ferriss. He's not just downloading his brain into each podcast. He's not the expert on his episodes. He's bringing experts in. And he's a master at deconstructing skills, right? So he's asking all these poignant questions to these experts. So you don't have to be an expert to be a content creator, right? You've got to be curious. You've got to be bold. You've got to be willing to put yourself out there. You got to be willing to be criticized, in the comments. And there's going to be adversity. You've got to overcome the fear and you put yourself out there. Build relationships, market your products. It's what entrepreneurship is all about. Entrepreneurship is not about, collecting information, consuming. It is not about consuming. It's about creating. It's about, running through your fear, right? Running through your fear. So, I woke up this morning thinking about that. How many creators are out there versus consumers, right? So that's a challenge for myself. I certainly consume more content than I create, and I'm challenging myself. This is the Financial Freedom Channel. I'm really big into multifamily investing, wholesaling houses. I'm really trying to create a brand, create a business around educating people, helping people learn how to create viable businesses through wholesaling, through real estate investing, through stock investing. So, How can I challenge myself to create more, even if I'm not an expert in these areas yet? Who can I bring in? Who can I interview in order to provide value to people out there? It's really about leveraging time, guys. Like, if I'm talking to someone, if I'm having a conversation and I'm not recording it, or I'm not documenting it and putting it out into the world, that's time it's history. That's archived time that I'll never get back. But if I can, Gary Vee has a full-time person following him around with a camera. Like, that's all this guy does. Because Gary knows the value of sharing his experience, sharing what he's learning with the world, to build a community, to build a tribe, to build a network of people that he wants to have long-term relationships with, that he wants to create a business around. It's about leveraging time. So, I just wanted to share that. I woke up with that curiosity, like, content creation versus content consumption. I'm in the content consumption bucket right now, and I really want to transition over to the content creation bucket. And so I'm exploring, how best to do that. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Hit that subscribe button below if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.